buddy.
Hi.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been busy with work.
Yeah. And I've been learning things, so I take time to learn and read. I'm catching up on learning about the world around me that I didn't know. So that and taking care of my children, it's really important to me to make sure that I'm focusing on what's important.
4 miles ahead on the route. Stop and go traffic.
Sorry. We got navigation on, obviously.
Yeah, we're going
okay.
to our first
ExJW meetup.
yeah, in SanDiego. So
We've been to one or two before locally in Orange County. But this is our first kind of getaway, and we're turning it into an overnight stay in SanDiego.
yeah.
And my sister is staying with the girls.
Sorry.
My sister is staying with the girls, so we get a date night.
Yep, we're having a date day. It's fun. We don't do that often, so it's really nice. Jason's busy with work, and I'm just busy trying to take care of my kids and be a good mom and learn about things I didn't know. So it's very exciting. I like learning. It's very helpful in my recovery process.
Yeah, as Jehovah's Witnesses, when we come out, we're very young mentally, especially if we were born in.
Yeah.
So we need to take some time to get our bearings, come to reality, maybe make a few more mistakes.
Yeah.
Come to reality again.
Yeah.
But we get through it as long as we have each other.
Yes, yes.
It's nice to have each other.
It's nice to have my family.
Yeah.
And families require a lot of time, energy, and that is, when you're older, it's harder, I think. And 51, so my energy level is always a challenge.
Can you believe she's 51? She's so hot.
51. Thank you.
So we've known about this ExJW meetup for a while, but we've been a little shy maybe to go down there because inevitably it's kind of no secret that Ina and I are atheists. We don't believe in God anymore. But we're always kind of we don't want to really interact with people. We don't mind if you still believe in God and everything, and that's fine. But like Jehovah's Witnesses, some are just kind of Jesus freaks. That we don't like. We don't like the judgment anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't like to judge anyone. It's hard.
I saw some pictures of this meetup on Facebook, and they all look like younger people that just want to introduce themselves, say hello, have lunch.
Yeah.
And that's all we want. We just want to say hi. This is our story. You guys are doing great. It's nice to make new friends.
Yeah, I think just meeting people too is someone that has the same background that you have. I don't always like that because I generally always like getting just a free-spirited ideas of the world around me by people who are untouched by cult abuse. I like that better. That makes me feel better. So I don't generally always feel comfortable with a group of ExJWs until I feel them out. So I'm pretty quiet when I meet people for the first time. People that are my friends that I've had years ago, I'm way more open and talkative. But to people that I've just met, I'm real careful now. I listen to their words to make sure that they're getting some sort of healthy influences. I'm real careful. And I was always careful, even with Jehovah's Witnesses. I was careful to pick people that I felt safe with. So, yeah.
Yeah, as Jehovah's Witnesses, you're always kind of forced to love people that maybe if you met them in other circumstances, you wouldn't even like them. So
Now that's not the case.
that's not the case. If you don't like somebody, you don't like somebody. If you do, you do.
Right.
So
And the power's always in your hands now.
yeah.
So I
that's the
like
best
that
part.
opportunity, that I recognize that I don't ever have to give anybody my power anymore.
2 miles ahead on the route. Slow traffic.
So anyway, we will maybe we'll record a little bit of the meeting. Maybe we won't. But
I'm probably sure that people won't feel 100% comfortable with that. I noticed that people feel very guarded when it comes to what they feel, and I respect that.
that's fine.
Yeah, I know that some people that have associated with us in the past, good friends, they were careful about what they said, and they wanted to make sure that
They didn't want to be on our videos.
yeah, so which is fine. It's always, I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable. And that's quite a big responsibility to put someone on your videos and make sure that they're comfortable with you and comfortable sharing information. And I feel very, I feel like I want to protect people as well, because when you share confidential information about your private life or things that have happened to you, it's very important to not bring back traumas that have been kind of put in there inside of you. You have to go to a safe therapist and get that out. So generally I like it really surfaced.
So we'll go. If we can record, we will. If not, we won't. But we will tell you how it went.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Give you
It's
a review.
Oyster bar type of deal.
A little restaurant we're going to in Escondido, California, SanDiego.
I'm cheating.
So
I'm not gonna be vegan. I cheat every now and then, okay? I would say I'm vegetarian because I've been cheating a lot. So I mostly am vegan.
She tells on herself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah, so it'll be exciting.
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the flip side. So we're going to send you over to the after. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're back this morning after our ExJW meetup in Escondido, California. Our
Yep.
first outing. Like I said, we went to the ones
Our friends.
our friends
Home.
at home.
But we had some trepidation to do it on our own.
Yeah, but it was good. We met some new friends. There was about 10 people there.
No, we were part of the team.
Yeah,
Okay.
that included us.
Okay.
We were part of the team.
He set it all up. It was our first real,
Outing?
right, and then where witnesses were accepting of Jason, because every time I ever did anything in entertainment-wise or...
Well, they weren't
with-
witnesses.
No, I know, but they were not witnesses. But I'm just saying, anytime we did anything with other people, it was, he had to be on one side and I was with the people. This time it was nice because we were all done with being witnesses. That felt good. It was there was no burdens. We didn't have to hold back.
Not at all. And I found it very, not surprising, but, out of there's 10 of us at the table, I would say half of us on one side of the table were talking most of the lunch, and just out of the 5 of us, there were so many stories of child molest and suicide. Just out of the 5 of us. Imagine what is going on with nearly 9 million people around the world. When 5 of us can sit around a table and talk about all the people we knew who were molested or committed suicide, or both. It's absolutely insane.
There was a total of, I counted 120 years of the couples that were there. There was 120 years of marriage, so they had all been married for quite some time.
Combined, obviously.
Combined. And that was very encouraging, and especially because men and women, with the things that have come out and talk that's happened in the ExJW community, there is, what is it, sexual
repression.
Yeah, sexual repression. It kind of makes you think that all these men are sexually repressed. No, there were husbands there that were fine. They, not all of the people knew what was going on in the background of activism. And to be quite honest, I mean, I didn't realize everything. We're new to activism. We're new to telling our story. So, I had seasoned activists explain to me that there's an ugly part of it. And as with anything else, you have to use your power of reason, right? You have to think, and thinking, it's been brought out in other ExJW activist videos. We were part of a cult, so our mindset is very different. I don't like bringing out old stuff. I want to know what's going to help me in the future. So I don't generally like talking about the past, although it comes back. So, you'll see me kind of struggle through that in videos. You'll see how I was very God-oriented when I first came out. And
which is normal.
Yeah, I had to figure that out. I did have a problem with a group, just similar circumstances to Miss Silvio's. And so when I said something, I basically was disfellowshipped again from another little group. And you can see that. It's not hidden. I talk about it. I never name names. And that was for the benefit of the woman that was, I felt, abused again. She had been emotionally and physically abused, and then, to me, taken advantage of, and then put into another judicial committee in that small group. So, to me, that's just using all the old ways as a Jehovah's Witness and bringing it back into your life again in a different way. And to me, that was a big red flag, that the group was not healthy for me. And it was under the guise of spiritual enlightenment, and you can still get to God. And after that, it pretty much severed my relationship with any God. So I think silence means that you accept something that you can see is clearly not healthy. There's a wonderful YouTube video on pornography. It's called Raised on Porn. And I'll put a link down at the bottom. And it explains the importance of how dangerous porn is for children and for adults, and how it can get into something worse. And I always think, as someone who's left the organization and has dealt with doctors and different types of doctors and therapists, just because they're a therapist or a doctor, it doesn't mean that they're knowledgeable about the problems that you specifically have. So the importance of going to a therapist that knows exactly what your problem is, and that takes time. As an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And it takes money. In America, it is almost impossible for you to make mistakes to find a proper mental health professional because you go through a lot of money. And I've been through a couple of doctors and still haven't found the right one. So, and that is both for my brain bleed and for my mental health. So, you know, it's a struggle. The struggle is real, but that doesn't make you stupid. That means that you can find other information. In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts is a wonderful book by Dr. Gabor Mate, and he worked in palliative care, and he also worked with addicts in Canada. It's fascinating. It's a fascinating book. The importance of not, you know, judging someone who has an addiction. I get it. I get that. It's taken time for me to understand that. And so I think as a community, it's very important for us not to be judgmental, but also see the importance of that we have the opportunity to make our own healthy decisions that would be for us. One thing that was really kind of bothering me throughout the whole thing of all that I've listened to, how important it is for us as activists to continue to really be positive. You all listen to us because you know, want to know what we're doing. Some of you are a little curious. Not only that, you did all the work. Jason had mentioned to me, he said something to the effect that, you know, Lloyd is how I got you out. And I corrected him, and I said, no, wait a minute. I got myself out. It wasn't Lloyd Evans that got me out. And in fact, Mr. Evans, I found him to be very abrasive, so I didn't feel comfortable listening, because there were times when I'd hear things, and he wasn't always like that, but it was hard for me. So I got books at the library, and it was Mr. Frederick Douglass that had helped me to see the importance of how slavery is truly something here in the United States for people of color and for people who have been abused in a cult-like relationship. And I'm pretty sure he'd be an advocate of ExJW groups and anyone who has been in a subservient position. So you did the work. None of us did the work. You're the one that's by yourself when you know you have no one to talk to. You're the one that's crying in your car when you're at the Kingdom Hall. You're the one that's suffering because of your family not talking to you. So you did all that work. Don't stop it just because someone like me maybe said the wrong thing or hurt you in any way. Just continue to work for your freedom, and don't let anyone take that power away from you. We all have power. It's called unsubscribe. It's called don't donate to don't make donations. Be careful with how you spend your money. That's my biggest thing. Don't give your money to people. Save your money. A lot of you don't have savings. Put it towards something that builds. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
So, I didn't know if I was going to talk about the Lloyd thing, but you know what? I just want to say one thing, and it's something. First of all, I'm extremely disappointed in him. And I'm disappointed in myself for being fooled again. It was a catch-22 with him. He put together some very quality videos, and he worded things. He helped. I was able to word things, explain things in a way that I couldn't have by myself, I don't think, in the past, that I think helped Ina to think a little more. Now, nobody far as the ExJW community, until the Lloyd thing, I just thought that everybody had a different way of doing it, which was fine.
Yeah.
But there's another element. We were watching another video from an ExJW. He was Daniel Dennette, and he was talking about certain diseases, bacteria, and what they do to survive.
You see this ant crawling up this blade of grass. It climbs up to the top and it falls and it climbs and it falls and it climbs, trying to stay at the very top of the blade of grass. And you think, what is this ant doing? What is this in aid of? What goals is this ant trying to achieve by climbing this blade of grass?
It gets into this ant's brain, and in order for this bacteria to multiply and survive, it has to go into the stomach of a sheep or a cow. And so it gets into the brain of a ant, and it causes that ant to climb to the top of a blade of grass, where it will probably get eaten by a sheep or a cow. And so that bacteria can then multiply and survive. So what is that bacteria for? Is the question. That bacteria is for itself. It doesn't benefit anybody but itself.
And the answer is nothing.
And that caused me to think the quality of Lloyd's videos were good. It wasn't for anybody but himself. Lloyd was for himself. And now that is evident and obvious. And so I'm very disappointed in him, very disappointed in myself for being fooled again. And so, yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. And I'm not going to say anything else about that. I'm done with that. So, anyway.
Silence means acceptance, and I don't accept that. I don't accept that I had
Silence is compliance.
Yeah, compliance, and I don't feel that would, for me and for our family, wouldn't feel comfortable with that person being a representative for our family.
No, and I don't feel comfortable for him being a representative of the ExJW community.
Right. It's very. I didn't realize there was a lot of animosity in certain ways to certain views of how people continue to do their activism. And I think that it's very important for somebody to do it the way they need to do it, because it lets them get relief. And I don't necessarily feel like I could maybe do certain things, but you know, that's the power and the beauty of having someone have an opinion and to be able to voice their opinions, and women to be able to voice their opinions without feeling attacked in any way, and women being protected as if that whatever choices that they make in whatever country they do it in, that they would be protected in a way that would keep them safe. So of course I'm going to advocate for women, because it doesn't. It's just unfair not to. So, and I have two beautiful little girls, and I want them to be strong women. So there's a lot in my family that is very similar to what happened to Mr. Evans' family, and I think, and in my home. So I was a product of what?
When she was a child.
When I was a child of something similar to his daughters. It was very hard to live down. It is not easy, especially when you have a small community of people who know something about your family. You know, kids are so smart. They're so smart. You can't fool them one bit. You can't fool them one bit. So, yeah. I have a lot of things I could say, but for us, it's called unsubscribe. And if you want to look at the videos, that's fine. You can still look at the videos. You just don't have to say, okay, I'm going to subscribe to this. And I appreciate appreciate the honesty from other activists. I appreciate their honesty. And just remember, just because you don't have a college degree, it doesn't mean you're stupid. President Lincoln had 1 year of schooling. 1 year. And he was probably the most well-known president.
Elon Musk dropped out of college because it was a waste of time.
Mr. Frederick Douglass had 0. And he was probably the most, he had the most notoriety for a public speaker of his time, period. So, yeah, you're not stupid just because you don't have a degree. And there's a lot of intelligent human beings that have gifts that will never be able to be recognized on a piece of paper. And so you are valuable in the community, and your choice matters. And whatever you decide, I respect that. But don't give up. Disheartening for all of us. And don't give up. And I wish the best for Mr. Evans and his family. Actually, I think it was a good thing. It allows people to talk about pornography in a way that could be healing, actually. So, I mean, this is something that is in the United States is a huge problem. And Los Angeles probably is one of the biggest areas for pornography. And we have a lot of adult porn. It's where the hub is. It's where it starts. But it also can be very dangerous to your brain. And Raised on Porn brings that out. I think for me, it's all about the brain. It's all about science. It's all about learning differently. And it's all about not having a judgmental attitude, but understanding addictions. And as a community, I think we could all benefit from this. I think it's a good thing. It allows for people to talk about it. And that's all I have to say about that.
So back to our original reason, our little ExJW meetup group, we did enjoy it very much. We feel like we made some more friends.
Yep.
We exchanged numbers, and we will be back.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, if you ever come to Escondido, California, and you need a hotel, stay at the Holiday Inn Express.
So fun.
Very clean.
Yeah.
Very clean. Very quality room. Very reasonable price. They're not paying me a penny for this.
Yeah. And I wish I could have showed you the food we had yesterday. I just didn't want to pull out a camera and start doing that. Yeah. But next time. Next time. Yeah, next time. Because the food was really yummy. And I liked it. My thing is food. And I love.
Alright, so before this video turns into an hour, we're going to say bye.
Yeah.
But it was nice to come back and talk to you all.
Yep. Sometimes it's curiosity, right? You often want to know what other people are thinking. So, follow your bliss.
And be good humans.
Be good humans.